Who couldn't use a bit of extra cash around the holidays? Merry Christmas and welcome to the Sunday Million Highlight Show. Our special Christmas edition had 7,718 runners, a staggering prize pool of over $1.5 million. And this is a look at your final nine. Yadio from Canada, our chip leader with over 15 million chips. Bull Stopper right behind him. Henry 72 bringing up the rear. We're going to jump ahead a couple of hands and pick up the action at hand number 3. Thank you for joining us. I'm David Tuckman. Blinds are 150,000, 300,000. Got a raise from Yadio. And all in from Peanut. Back over Yadio. Yadio, by the way, has won the Super Tuesday before. Did that last year. And Yadio is going to call with the 9s. Peanut in great shape, double up. Queen high flop, 2 clubs out there. Peanut with a club in his hand. Only a 9 will eliminate Peanut. And the Portugal native Peanut PS still in there with over 10 million chips now. Yadio down to 10.2 million, which makes Bull Stopper our new chip leader. Hand number 4. Crafty with 6.1 million chips, not going to play that. Barber 52. We'll call it Barber Stout. Rainy 01 with the ace. Rainy, by the way, has runner-up the Super Tuesday. Not going to play that from the hijack seat. Kind of surprised Rainy didn't raise there with the ace. But that opens the door for Arnon to try to steal this. Dolly Parton, 9-5. Makes it 2x. And, of course, when I say 2x, I mean 2 times the big blind. Peanut with the 3-bet steal. And these late position dynamics, you see a guy raise in late position. You don't give him credit. It doesn't really make a difference what you have. You're going to put the pressure back on him. Arnon started this hand with about 30 big blinds. He doesn't buy it either. Classic game of chicken. He 4-bets, putting the onus back on Peanut. So the original raise, the 3-bet from Peanut, the 4-bet from Arnon, and Arnon is going to win that hand with 9-5, never seeing a flop. Sly Fox 151. You might remember this guy. He won the PokerStars Sunday Million 6th anniversary special back in March of this year, beating over 33,000 people. After the deal, he took home a mind-boggling $480,000. And now he has made a Sunday Million final table, proving it was no fluke. He raises. You get a 3-bet from Bull Stopper. Bull Stopper, currently our chip leader, has had several 5-figure cashes on stars. Back over to Sly Fox. And Sly Fox is going to 4-bet. Some Sunday Millions, a bit passive, a bit cautious. And some are just uber aggressive. And it looks like this is one of those. 9-handed, these guys are going at it. Only a few hands into the final table, we've already seen 3-bets and 4-bets. Peanut raising under the gun. Over to Yadio at the ace-10. Might see a 3-bet here again. Nope, Yadio's going to pass. It is an early position raise. Those tend to get more respect. Barbara Stout on the button, not going to play. I don't think Rainey's going to play this, but Arnon's not going anywhere. He's got queens. Just a question of how he plays it. And he's going to call with the queens. So he 4-bets with 9-5 offsuit, just calls with queens. And it's a great flop for him. He's got the overpair, and Peanut has just enough to get himself in trouble. Peanut with top pair. And you can see that Arnon is a huge favorite if it goes to showdown. You imagine we'll see a check raise here. Small bet from Peanut. Less than half the pot. Arnon just going to call. He's playing these queens extremely slow. 6 on the turn, and Peanut now open-ended. Is Peanut going to bet here or take the card? He's going to bet one more time, $1.43 million. Back over to Arnon. And Arnon makes the call once again. He's in check call mode. Clearly underrepresenting his hand. And he spikes a set on the river. Checks it one more time. And I think Peanut probably checks it back. And he does. Odd play by Arnon. To play so aggressively with 9-5, you have that image. Why play these queens so slowly? I can understand not 3-betting pre-flop, but I'm probably check-raising the flop. Sly Fox raises to $660,000. Bull Stopper's going to make the call. Action folds around to the small blind. Once again, Arnon. This time with ace-queen. And he just folds. And it must be player dependent. It must be player dependent. From what we saw earlier on, an odd play. I thought for sure we'd see some action there from Arnon. Instead, he decides to fold the ace-queen offsuit. Flop is 6-4-4, 2 clubs out there. Bull Stopper with the best of it right now. But a lot of cards can kill his hand. A king, a jack, or a 6. And there's the jack. Kind of surprised Bull Stopper did not bet that flop. I can understand the old adage of, if you're betting with deuces, can you get called by worse? Can you get a better hand to fold? Probably not in either case. Yet, there's some value to just protecting your hand, protecting your equity in the pot. Unless, of course, you know a deuce is going to hit the river. Then it makes it really easy. If you know this is going to play out like this, much better. Let your opponent hit his jack and then fill up on the river. And after raising the turn, Bull Stopper is going to put a very big, almost pot-sized bet out there on the river. And Sly Fox with a great laydown. Nice laydown from Sly Fox. Some players at this table really mixing it up, taking unconventional lines. And I'm all for that. I think it makes interesting poker. At the same time, it can confuse your opponent. It's certainly confusing me. But let's be honest. It's not hard to confuse me. This is going to fold around back to Bullstopper, and Bullstopper certainly going to make the call. He's got 17.7 million chips behind, and it's only another 800,000 to call. He makes the call, and he's in great shape to eliminate Henry 72. Henry in bad shape with King Jack. Only 30% equity in the pot. Not much there for him right now. Needs a king or running cards. Now just a king will do it for him. That, my friends, is not a king. The Queen of Spades seals his fate. Henry 72 gone in 9th place, just under $12,000 richer.
He's playing poker!
I've been wandering around this place like a gypsy gnome.
Drop us all in!
Yes!
We are competition everywhere. We are poker.
Welcome back to the Sunday Million Highlights Show. 8 players remain, and this is what it looked like at hand number 12. Bullstopper with over 20 million chips. Arnon Shruga with 13 million. Barbara Stout, our short stack, with 4.3 million. We're going to jump ahead to hand 18. Blinds now 200,000, 400,000. Peanut not afraid to raise under the gun. We saw him do it earlier with 9-8 of spades. This time he does it with ace-9 offsuit. Barbara Stout on the button with queen 10 offsuit. Not going to play. Rainey's not very deep, and that's the problem. Under 15 big blinds. He's going to make the call. But small pocket pairs can be very tough to play out of position post-flop when you're not deep. Arnon's going to 3-bet, and this guy is just holding over Peanut. He saw Peanut raise from under the gun with 8-9 earlier on. Doesn't buy it this time either. He's going to try to squeeze with obviously a rubbish hand. But it's back over to Rainey, and I imagine all Rainey can do here is either shove or fold, and he's going to call. Maybe the stop and go? Don't see an ace and just shove? There's the shove from Rainey. He likes the flop. And this has to be frustrating for Arnon. He picks a perfect spot to 3-bet. He squeezes. He knows Peanut probably isn't that strong. But now he can do nothing but muck. Rainey up to 9.6 million. And the dynamic that is being created at this table is absolutely intriguing. Arnon and Peanut back and forth with each other. Arnon seemingly holding over Peanut. Haven't heard from Crafty at all. Crafty's going to fold. Barbara Stout with the ace-9. We've only lost one player so far. That was Henry 72 in 9th place. Henry has had several 5-figure cashes on stars and adds this one to his poker resume. Arnon decides not to raise there. And Peanut's going to shove. Peanut shoves for about 13.5 big blinds. Actually, let's call it 14 big blinds. And Bullstopper makes the call. Bullstopper makes the call with ace-3. 11.5 million chip pot. Bullstopper in the lead. Peanut needs a queen or a jack on the river. And he is gone. Pair of threes on the river for Bullstopper, eliminating Peanut PS. He's from Portugal, takes home $17,751. And then there were 7. Bullstopper, our overwhelming chip leader now, with 23 million. Anything but a top 3 finish for Bull Stopper will be disappointing at this point. And realistically, with this many chips in play, and with the amount of chips that Bull Stopper has, he's really looking for a top 2 finish. Yadio raises from the cutoff. Crafty folds over to Barbara. No thank you. Rainey in the big blind. We saw earlier on, Rainey not afraid to play post-flop. Well, it's a pretty good flop for 8-9 of clubs. And you can see that Rainey actually is a favorite. Even though he is technically behind right now, he's a favorite if he goes to showdown. He's got a gut shot to go along with the flush draw. He can also catch an 8. So a 7, an 8, or a club gives him the lead. Yadio with the ace-9. Might check this back. Now he's going to put a small little 1/3 pot size bet out there, 672. Back over to Rainey. Surprised Rainey didn't check raise that. Well, there's the club. Rainey can't lose this unless he folds. Action on Yadio. I thought he might check back the flop. It's an almost certainty that he will check back the turn. He does check it back. Pot is 3.4 million chips. And the river's an ace. And you expect a small little value bet here from Rainey. It's just a question of, can Yadio get away from it? Once again, Yadio won the Super Tuesday last year. A bet of 2.4 million from Rainey. And Yadio is going to make the call. Not going to like what he sees. As Rainey 01 up to 16.3 million. Yadio down to 4.3 million. He is now our short stack. And his stack continues to dwindle as we look at hand 39. Yadio at 3.3 million chips. He's got about 6.5 big blinds. Blinds are now 250,000, 500,000. Bull Stopper, cutoff seat with ace-5. He's going to raise min. I expect a shove here from Crafty. Yep, there's the shove from Crafty. He's all in. 39 hands in, and we really haven't heard much from Crafty. I don't think I'm calling this from Bull Stopper. I know I can see the cards, and it's really easy. Bull Stopper is going to make the call, though. I mean, Crafty had about 16 big blinds, and I just don't feel like ace-5 plays well against Crafty's shoving range. A 9, a 3 will chop it up. A 5 will eliminate Crafty. But a king does nothing for Bull Stopper as Crafty doubles up. I feel like that was a little bit too much. You're talking about a 16 big blind shove. You've got ace-5 off suit. And as tight as Crafty has played it, the problem is you're just dominated a lot. Crafty either has a pair that's probably higher than 5 or a bigger ace than you have. I don't believe you're getting the right odds. Arnon Shraga going to raise from under the gun. This should fold around to the big blind, and Rainey with 10s. We know he's going to play the hand. Just a matter of whether he calls or raises. He decides to call. And it might be a tough flop for Rainey to get away from. Only one overcard to his pair. Arnon checks back the kings. Rainey checks again. Arnon can start getting value. He's going to check it one more time. Keep the pot small. Try to get one value bet in on the river, possibly. And Rainey's probably betting this for value. Thinking maybe I can get called by ace-queen or ace-jack. Rainey bets his tens. Arnon makes the call. Arnon definitely taking unconventional lines. And it's working. It's confusing his opponents. Rainey in the cutoff with king-jack. Oh, this will be interesting. Rainey's going to raise. You could see a 3-bet here from Arnon. A shove from Arnon. Are you kidding me? Oh, he has walked into it. Bull stopper with ace-king. Decision time with ace-king. If you knew that Arnon was capable of doing it with a smaller ace, it's obviously a snap call. But it's tough, but Bull Stopper makes the call. And we have an absolutely monstrous pot developing here. Arnon Shraga with ace-10. Bull Stopper with ace-king. Pot is 32 million chips. 8-4-3. Nothing there for Arnon. Bull Stopper at risk. Has to avoid a 10. Oh! Oh, that's ugly. Oh, that is ugly for Bull Stopper. He gets it in good with the ace-king, makes the tough call, but it's not to be, and Bull Stopper is gone in 7th place.
We are 10,000 people in Brazil, holding our breath. We are alone. Hunters. Hunted. We are committed. Blessed. Calm. We are all in. We are poker.
And we're back. What an amazing turn of events here. Arnon Shraga, an overwhelming chip leader at the expense of Bull Stopper. And just a few minutes ago, I mentioned how Bull Stopper was an overwhelming chip leader himself. This has to be a terribly disappointing way for him to go out. He makes a tough call with ace-king, but loses when the 10 spikes on the river. He earns himself just under $31,000 and adds it to his poker resume. But obviously, like I said, very, very disappointing for him. 6 players remain. Blind still 250,000, 500,000. Arnon on the button. And as aggressive as he's played, you expect him to continue to stay aggressive. He just shoves all in, effectively putting his opponent's tournament at risk. Sly Fox going to call with the ace-queen. Yadio might call as well. Nope, Yadio's going to give it up. He gives up the 6s. Ten, 5, 4, 2 spades out there. Arnon is spiked to 4. 9 of clubs on the turn. Sly Fox 1-5-1 needs some help. And help is exactly what he gets. The queen on the river. And Sly Fox 1-5-1 doubles up to 10.2 million chips. Yadio probably patting himself on the back. He would have been eliminated that hand. Lives to fight another day, though. And it looks like that day is right now. Barbara Stout raises with ace-queen. Arnon Shraga might get involved, but I can tell you right now there's no way Yadio is folding this. He's got 5.5 big blinds. Arnon actually folds the 6s. Yadio is going to shove all in. Pretty standard with tens. There's the shove. Crafty will get out of the way, and Barbara obviously going to make this call. And we'll see a classic race. Ace-queen against the tens. Yaudio at risk. And there's the ace. Yaudio needs a lot of help. A 10 and only a 10 will save him. King of spades not going to do it, and Yaudio from Canada, gone in 6th place, takes home $46,000. He came to the final table as our chip leader, and as I said earlier, he won the Super Tuesday last year. But today, his day ends short in 6th place. 5 players left. Rainey on the button with 10-9 offsuit. Arnon Shraga in the small blind with 9-7. Once again, going to put his opponent at risk. See if Sly Fox wants to call for his tournament life. The power of the big stack, and Sly Fox makes the call. He makes the call with king high. And you can see that Sly Fox, about a 2-1 favorite to win this. Well, he's not 2-1 anymore. Arnon spikes a 7. Sly Fox needs an 8 or a king. And that is not an 8 or a king. The 5 of clubs on the river, and Sly Fox 151 from the Netherlands. Gone in 5th place, $61,744 in his pocket. 4 players remain. Things are heating up here at the Sunday Million. As always, you can tweet me at Tuck On Sports. I welcome your criticism. Or if you just want to talk poker. You want to say hi. Go ahead, tweet me. Tuck On Sports. Got a raise here from Barbara Stout on the button with ace-7. Rainey could shove here. Rainey's going to 3-bet. You might get a 4-bet shove here from Arnon. Arnon's going to 4-bet. Not 4-bet shoving, but effectively committing himself. Barbara gets out of the way. Rainey is going to call all in, essentially. And we see ace-7 against ace-queen. Arnon in the lead, Rainey at risk. And there's the 7. But there's the queen. Neither player with a club in their hand. Rainey needs a 7 on the river. 8 of diamonds not going to do it. And Rainey 01 from Austria, gone in 4th place, takes home $77,000. 3 players remain. Arnon Shraga from Israel, Crafty from Lithuania, and Barbara Stout from Germany. Oh, wow, what a cooler for Barbara. Barbara raises on the button, 3-handed with 9s, and walks into Crafty's jacks. And Crafty's going to get it in. Who needs a flop? Let's just get it in. He gets it in. Barbara makes the call. Barbara at risk, about a 4-1 dog. Nothing there for Barbara yet. 9-ball, corner pocket. Nope, it rims out. 7 of diamonds, and Barbara Stout is eliminated in 3rd place. Earns herself $115,000, and we are heads up for the title. So heads up, hand 75. This is what it looked like. Arnon Shraga with a little bit less than a 2-1 chip advantage over Crafty. And Arnon Shraga continues to build that lead up to $53 million. Crafty at $24 million. Got a limp on the button. Arnon raises. Crafty going to make the call. Pair of 6s for Arnon. Crafty with a gut shot. Once again, Crafty from Lithuania. And Arnon Shraga from Israel. Pot $7.3 million. Interesting card for Crafty. Still an underdog, but has picked up a flush draw to go along with the gut shot We can also see that a pair of 8s would do it as well. So an 8, a 5, or a club is what Crafty is looking for in the river. Arnon checks over to Crafty. Crafty continues firing. 3 million into 7.3 million. Arnon makes the call. That's one of Crafty's outs. Hits the 8 on the river. And this could go check. It does go check. And Crafty is going to win that one. And it was right about now that these players decided to make a small deal. Both players locking up well over 6 figures. And they're still playing for a significant sum of money and, of course, the title. Ace jack. Arnon flops 2 pair. And as always, when players play heads up, the small blind is on the button and acts first pre-flop, but gets to act last post-flop. Continuation bet from Arnon. Crafty makes the call. Eight of spades changes absolutely nothing. Crafty checks. Arnon checks it back. Crafty with nut no pair. Little value bet here from Arnon. He bets 4.5 million into 6.1 million, and Crafty makes the call. The relentless, aggressive play from Arnon, and a little bit of luck, of course, has befuddled his opponents and put Arnon in position to possibly win his first Sunday Million title ever. Got a raise on the button from Arnon. Crafty all in with the ace-9. Arnon makes the call, and this could be it. 6s against ace-9 of diamonds. So far, so good for Arnon. Hand 124. Crafty needs help at risk. And it's not going to come, and that's it. That is the tournament. Arnon Shraga, our winner. Crafty, runner-up from Lithuania, takes home $184,000. Congratulations to him. And, of course, our champion, Arnon Shraga, from Jerusalem, Israel, takes home $216,000. Say what you will about his style, but it certainly looked to confuse his opponents. 3-betting, 4-betting, mixing it up, sometimes playing hands slowly. He is on top of the leaderboard. He bests over 7,700 players to take home over $200,000. Great performance from Arnon Shraga. From everyone here at PokerStars, we want to wish you a happy holiday and a happy new year. We'll see you in 2013. Until next time, I'm David Tuckman. Reach the stars.